Welcome everyone from the Department of Information Technology, Tagore Engineering College to the webinar on coding, how to learn and what to learn. I would like to thank the management and principal for their support and encouragement in conducting this webinar. It is presented by Mr. M.Vignesh, an alumni of Tagore Engineering College. He is a software engineer from Volante Technologies, Chennai. Thank you, Vignesh, in volunteering a session on coding. Let's move to the session.
Hi guys, this is Vignesh here. Hope you're staying safe at home. Today I'm here for a webinar about a path to learn coding. I've been working in Volante Technologies as a software engineer for the last 3 years. So I got 3 years of experience in JavaScript, and I have worked on frameworks like Angular and React.js. That's all about me. And about today's topic, coding, let me tell you something interesting. We'll see, we have used software. There are so many applications around us. So we use WhatsApp, so we use Facebook, we use Flipkart. For different purposes, we have different applications. And for payment-based application, we have something called GPay, there's Google Pay. And then for recording this video, we have a camera application. How these are built? This is coding. Coding is almost used everywhere now. And so consider that you want to send an SMS to your friend. What will you do? How will you instruct your device that, hey, have this message, send this message to this particular person? How will you instruct your device? You'll have an app for SMS. You'll open that particular application. You'll just select the recipient and you'll start typing the message. Once you have typed the message, you'll hit a button called enter and the application will send the message for you. This is how you send the message. Now imagine that you have to develop an application. So what do you need? You need to get the input from the user, a recipient from the user, and message, and I have to process the message to send it to the particular recipient. So how can you do all these things? Yes, with coding. Different types of applications, you need different type of softwares, and you need coding to build it. Considering the IT industry or developer role, it's full coding. Without coding, you can't do anything. If you move to testing, there is something called automation testing that's growing up more now. You may have to touch the code. Let me tell you something more about coding. I said you are talking to a devices, right? Using applications. So what does computers understand? They understand only zeros and ones. Can we write instructions to the computer in zeros and ones? Can't even imagine myself writing instructions in zeros and ones. What shall we do? We shall have another human readable language. What we will do is we will write instructions in that human readable language. We'll have something called compiler. It will compile the message and it will just convert it into the machine readable format. So we have something intermediate between us and the machines. It's called softwares, which are made up of programming languages. So now you will understood why do we need programming languages. About learning programming languages, you can choose any language you need. We'll look at it later in this video. You can choose any language you are interested in. One thing about coding is it's not much about syntax. It's on syntax important only till you learn one particular language. The one thing which is important is the logic, the problem solving ability. It's the key part in programming. A language will provide you all the features, but you have to solve the problem with all those features. So once you are good in problem solving, once you have learned a language, just learning some other languages are just a piece of bread and butter. So we can just do it easily. The thing is, you have to get your basics right and you have to practice well. Let me tell you something more. Learning considers there. So once you started learning the basics, right? So after that, most of the languages will have some concept called oops. So you got to learn that, and then you have to keep solving much more problems. So once you are good in it, once you are good in the language, just start learning something called data structures. Those are really important factors when you start getting your hands on. In this video, I'll just give you a good strategy, the best strategy to start learning the programming languages, start with the coding. So, I can't say that that's the best. Yes, it just worked out for me. I hope it will work out for you. Even if you have some other better strategy, you can go for it. It can work out for you. So this video is for those who don't have much idea, those who don't have a much better direction of where to go. So this is for you. So just watch this video. I also be telling I'll also tell you the some current languages and frameworks in current trend which you can opt for if you have not started with any language. So let's hope this is useful to you. Let's move into the seminar.
Hello guys, so let me start with the presentation. So as you all guessed, the topic is about coding, about how to learn and what to learn, and I've also introduced myself that I am Vignesh, software engineer from Volante Technologies, an alumni of Tagore Engineering College. So we're looking at the synopsis. We have already seen the introduction. So we will be looking into the ways to learn coding. I will draft you a strategy which you can learn coding efficiently, and we will look at the current technologies and frameworks. What's the language you can pick out of the current languages, whichever is in trend. So we will be looking at all these things, and we will also have some practical things, and we will find at the end we will be summarizing things. So as we all seen the introduction, so we know why softwares are needed, what are it's made up of, what they are doing. So I hope you would have realized the need for softwares, the need for coding. So next thing is the way to learn coding. So how we can learn coding. So you might be having different ways, so I will suggest my way. So the first key strategy is don't study, just get skilled. So you need to become an expert so that you will be able to develop real-time applications in them. That's where you should be aiming at while starting to learn any language. It's not like just like that, you want to get a job and you have to score marks. That's not you should be aiming at. If you aim at building an application, so all these things will be automatically happening. You don't have to try individually separately for these things. What you should be aiming at is you should be getting the skill. Once you get the skill, you should be able to develop real-time applications. Once you are good in it, other things will be following you. Key strategy is you have to be skilled in any one of the technology. So for that you need to have passion for what you're doing. Just get to know where it is used, what is doing, why it is used. So get to know all these things. So that will create a passion for you. So without passion, you can't move ahead. These two are really important. So first, you need to get these two. That will give you a good mindset for learning programming. So now we will look at what are some strategies, some key procedures to learn coding. So the first thing is watch online tutorials. You might be having some other techniques. You might be reading books, or you might be finding some text-based materials. But I suggest online videos. So it might take time. It's going to take time compared to the online text materials, but it will be like someone teaching you rather than you are going and learning something. Someone teaching us, that will be better for us always. That will suit me well. So I suggest this way. I hope it will be good for you. So once you start getting into watching online videos, so you will love it. So I will show you some of the platforms where you can learn these things efficiently. And there are so many online sites, and so there are so many good YouTube channels in which you can learn. There is paid as well as there is free. So don't go for paid unless you can really afford to do it. So all the free content are really good. So just that you have to spend your mobile data. So none other things are needed. You need to sit with patience and you need to learn. And the next thing is you got to take notes. So it's not mandatory. So if you feel that you will remember well only if you take notes. If you need for future reference, you can take. It's absolutely optional. I usually take notes so that I remember well. So I'll have if I want a quick recap, I can just go through it. But think through it whether you really need it, because so many materials are available online nowadays. So you can always go to online materials when you need something, and just go and surf Google. So you will get whatever you need. So just think whether you need this. I usually take it down. So you may or may not need this. But the next thing is going to be really important. So whatever strategy you are going to choose, this is really important. Yes, get your hands really dirty. So you got to practice. There's no other option. So whatever way you choose to learn coding, this is really important. So you can't really escape from these. So without practicing, you can't say that, yes, I'm skilled in this framework or technology. Without practice, you can't say that at all. So you can watch videos. While watching, you will feel that, oh, I can understand this really well. This is good. Yeah, fine, super. You might feel like that, but only when you get hands-on, you will get to know the complexities in it. It might be simple things, but work out. So only when you work out, you will get the full knowledge. Don't just get fooled by the videos alone. So while watching videos, you might feel it's easy, but no. Only when you get hands-on to it, you will learn it fully. There will be some small things, some small just debugging skills you will get only when you practice. Even if it's a small thing, if you learn something, just practice it immediately. So you don't have an option. Without practicing, you can't say that I know this. So we'll look at some of the online materials which we can use for this. First, we will look at some online sites for these video tutorials. So we have something called Udemy site. So in Udemy, what we can do is, so there will be a lot of online free courses available, both free and paid courses available. So we can choose free course, just check whether the rating is good. So what we can do is we can just do a search here and can just find search for JavaScript. So what we can do is there will be a filter. So initially it will be showing only paid courses. You can just choose the filter and we can just select in the price. You can select the free language. You can select the English, and once you are done, so you can just refresh the page and you will get the list of free courses. Even if you want paid courses, they are available. So whatever free courses are available, just make sure. So there is something called rating. Every course they will be rating. Just make sure that you are going through the courses which are above 4 or 4.5 and above, and there are considerable amount of students, subscribers to it. So to pick your courses out of it. So there are lot of so many good courses available. It will be like someone. It will be really someone teaching us things. So I really suggest this one. I'm not promoting this site, so I've just used it personally and I find it really interesting. So I'm suggesting this to you. So hope this will be really useful to you. So make use of these online content. So everyone has high-speed mobile internet nowadays. So spend some amount of internet data for these kind of things for your career. So this is one good site. Other one is there is a YouTube channel called Academy. So there are companies. Oh, sorry for it. So there is a channel called Academy. So it's loading. So here the online tutorials available in Academy are really good. You go to their playlist. There are so many online courses available. You can just watch the videos and we can just get skilled in it. So for example, you go to a playlist, so there will be so many videos available to learn new languages. So if you want to learn things new too, just some are a bit boring. So this will be in the way these guys teach will be really interesting and you will find it easy to learn. So better look into these videos. This channel Academy is really good. I'm not promoting them, I'm just reviewing them. So I use them, so I'm just giving the reviews. So another one is the Mosh Hamadani. So this guy is also really good. His courses are really good. So I've seen a lot of his videos. I've used using these videos for learning. So it will be really simple. Even a person who doesn't know much of the programming can easily understand their teaching. So I hope these will be useful to you. So next thing would be you got to practice. So you can find any online editors to practice. So or you can just install the software, relevant software and practice. Another thing is HackerRank. So here you will have some real problem solving. So what you can do is there will be so many problems available here. So I have solved many, so you can just pick whatever you want and solve it. So we go to here there is something called problem solving. There are so many challenges present here. So what you can do is you can get into it and you can just click on solve challenge. What you will have is you will have an online editor. See, you're getting an online editor. So what you can do is you can choose whatever language you want. It's just a problem, right? So it will have JavaScript, Node.js, Java, Python, whatever language you want. What they will give is a problem. So they will give a problem. They will give you some use cases. So you have got to solve the problem. So you can choose whatever language you want. So this is where you will gain up your problem solving skill. So with these kind of sites, you will gain some good amount of problem solving skills, and once you finish it, you will get some badges too, which will be really helpful for you in your resume. And even in the Udemy site, they will be getting certificate on completion of every courses, which you can put in your resume. Much more important thing is the knowledge you gain with this, not the certificates. So, knowledge you gain is much more important. So after you have a considerable amount of knowledge, what you can do is you can start building real-time projects. So once you have done the real-time project, you need to show it to the world. How you will show? Got to post it in GitHub. So I have a site called GitHub. You can just create an account for free. So what you can do a project. So you can upload your source code here. So once you upload the source code, you will get a URL from which you can give it to others and show that this is the project I have done. You can just post the URL in your resume and say that this is the project I have done. So in your resume, you can fill it with whatever things you have. You can have a number of certifications, whatever things you have done, you can just post it. So, but what will add value? What will the recruiters see? So imagine you're posting this, like, I know these languages, so have done these projects, and this is the URL. The recruiter will see it and he will think that you knows it. So he will get to know that you are skilled. So this is how you show your skill. So once you are done, just do some project in it, upload it in GitHub, just post it in your resume. So this is the way you can really get skilled and show that you are skilled. So how these informations are useful. During my college days, I didn't know about these things. I just left it. Only now I know. So I'm just passing on the information to you. If you are really interested in coding, just follow these steps. So I'm saying I'm not promoting any of these people. So I'm just saying that I've used them. So they are really good. So I hope this let me also have some online practice, some hands-on training. So we'll take this simple program. So here I'm using a JavaScript editor in my mobile. So here what I'm doing is I'm just getting a number as an input, and I'm just checking whether it's odd or even. So what I'm doing is I'm executing, and it prompts for a number. I give 5. So it says 5 is an odd number. So again I give. So I give 4. It says 4 is an even number. So how does it find the odd or even? So we are giving instructions to it. So we are taking JavaScript function and calling it, and we are just getting a input from the user and checking whether it's odd or even. So here, whatever language you take, if you take C or C++, this prompt or the console log will be changing to some other like printf or scanf or C or CO. Only these kind of variable declarations will be different. Only these kind of subtle changes will be there. But one thing that's going to be common is the problem solving. For odd or even, what you should do, you should find whether it's divisible by 2. This logic is going to be same across the languages. So once you are good in a language and once you are good in problem solving, so you can learn any language. But the thing is, to learn any language, you got to go with hands-on. So without getting your hands dirty, you cannot learn a language. So I hope you all got what I have been saying this time. So let me have a quick summary of what we have been looking at. So we have been looking at why auto softwares, what is coding, why all these are required. So we have been looking at the ways to learn coding. So you have to watch some online tutorials, or you can find other ways to learn coding, and you have to get your hands dirty. So next we will move on to the current trend. So what to learn? So this will be completely independent on the individuals who might be interested in something. So this is for those who don't have a roadmap of what to learn. First thing is Python. There's no doubt about it. This is the number one trending language in the current IT industry. What's the reason? Machine learning. So till Python 2.x, there wasn't a support for machine learning in Python. But from 3.x, the Python started supporting machine learning. So that's the time Python started going to its peak, and there aren't much resources in Python, so that there are so many openings in Python. So if you haven't started learning any language, go for Python. So it has future. So next thing is JavaScript. This is the language, this is the technology I've been working on for the last 3 years. So initially JavaScript was used as a client-side scripting language just for front-end applications, web applications, which along with HTML and CSS. It was just used for client-side scripting. But with the time evolved, JavaScript has evolved in a way that it can be used for developing any kind of applications, like a mobile apps. So it can develop both native and hybrid applications. If you ask me what is native and hybrid applications, like hybrid means the same application can run on both Android and iOS kind of thing. Native, it will be compiled in a different way for both Android and iOS. There's a totally different topic. We will talk about it later in some other place. So with JavaScript, we can even develop mobile apps. We can even develop desktop apps. So we have a feature called, a framework called Electron.js with which you can develop desktop apps. And so we can also develop a backend server. There's something called Node.js. There's something called Deno. We can develop a backend server. So even for frontend, there are so many frameworks like Angular and React.js. So JavaScript has evolved dramatically. So we can do whatever you want. So I can hear one thing from you. Where is Java? Yes, Java is still in trend. So if you're really passionate about Java and if you have started learning Java, better go for it. Still, Java has a lot of job opportunities. Just the only thing I have not added Java to my list is there is abundant resource in Java. There are so many people who are working in Java. So there are so many openings as well as there are so many people. You may have to compete with them. So if you're really passionate about Java and if you started learning Java, just go for it. Still, you can get a job. Still, you can be able to develop so many applications with Java. There are nearly 1 billion applications that are running in Java currently. But if you have not started with any language and if you're not sure where to go, I'll suggest you one of these two languages, either Python or JavaScript. So I hope even without excluding all these three, even if you have some other language, even those might have job opportunities. Just cross check with it. Even some might be interested in .NET. Some might be interested in Scala. There are so many other languages. So just think through what will suit you well. So to summarize things, we have looked at ways to learn programming. About three things, two major things: watch online videos and learn. Practice is really important. Next thing is about what to learn. Python and JavaScript are good. Even if you want Java, you can go for it, but Python and JavaScript are two major trending languages. So yeah, coming to the end of the presentation. So I would like to thank you all for listening to my presentation as well as my speech. So I would like to thank the management of Tagore Engineering to present me this opportunity to do this webinar. So I hope this is useful to you. So I think you guys have got some roadmap, some idea of what to go, where to go. Again, I'm saying this is if you already have a better strategy and better technology, you can still go for it. This is for those who don't have a roadmap. So if you are not sure about what to do, I think you have got some idea. So if you found a way, even if this lockdown is over, you can spend some time in learning. So you can utilize this lockdown period efficiently by learning a new technology or a framework. So hope you guys are doing well. See you soon again. Thank you.